Lali's Feather by Farhana Zia, illustrated by Stephanie Pfizer Coleman. Lali found a feather in the field. Whose feather? She did not know. It was a sweet feather, though. Ooh, ma! Was little Feather lost? Lali set out to find Feather a home. Rooster, rooster, is this feather yours? Lali asked. Nah, Lali, nah, replied Rooster. My feather is a big feather. It makes me a lordly bird. That feather is a little feather. It's not mine. Crow, crow, is this feather yours? Lali asked. Nah, Lila, nah. Crow replied, my feather is a perky feather. It makes me a speedy bird. That feather is a pokey feather. It's not mine. Peacock, peacock, is this feather yours? Lali asked. Nah, Lali, nah, Peacock replied. My feather is a fancy feather. It makes me a handsome bird. That feather is a plain feather. It is not mine. Cheeky birds, cried Lali. If you don't want Feather, I shall keep it. And that's what she did. Feather and I will do 100 things, Lali said. She ran to show Hen her feather. Go, go, Hen giggled. My feather can keep my babies warm, Lali. Oh, Lali, what can little Feather do? Feather can do this, Lali said. Lali and Feather wrote a note to Goat. Ooh, ma, Hen exclaimed. I didn't know little Feather could do that. Lali ran to show Duck her feather. Go, go, Duck chuckled. My feather can keep me dry from shore to shore. Lali, oh Lali, what can Pokey Feather do? Feather can do this, Lali said. Feather and Lali swept the floor from door to door. Ooh, ma, Duck cried. I didn't know Pokey Feather could do that. Lali ran to show Blue Jay her feather. Go, go, Blue Jay tithered. My feather makes everyone say ooh and ah. Lali, oh Lali, what can plain Feather do? Feather can do this, said Lali. Feather and Lali fanned the fire a little higher. Ooh, ma, Blue Jay cried. I didn't know plain Feather could do all that. Feather and Lali made Sister sneeze. Feather and Lali tickled Bapu's toes, too. Little Feather twirled and whirled, it shimmered and glimmered. Wah! It's a clever feather, observed the birds. Then Big Old Wind burst with a whoosh and gave Little Feather a great big lift. Feather flip-flopped, teeter-tottered. Up went Feather, up, up, higher, higher, over the huts, over smelly bins, over mango trees and tamarind trees. Oi, Feather, stop! Feather didn't stop. Feather flitted, Feather fluttered, Feather floated away. Oh, ma, Feather, sweet Feather, sobbed Lali. Rooster wept too. Lali, dear Lali, you can have my feather, cried Hen. It cannot write a note, but it's a warm feather. Do take mine, cried Duck. It cannot sweep a floor, but it's a dry feather. Here's mine, cried Blue Jay. It cannot fan a fire, but it's a colorful feather. But Lali didn't want their feathers. Lali wanted her feather, her little pokey plain feather. Lali, dear Lali, dry your tears, Crow cried. I will bring Sweet Feather back in a jiffy, in a snap, in the blink of an eye. Crow flapped her speedy feathers and flew from tree to tree. And Peacock? Why, he also flew, because he missed Feather too. Fly, birds, fly, faster, faster. Wait, Feather, wait, nah. Jai-ho! Lali's feather came back. Hip, hip, hooray! Cried the birds. Lali, oh Lali, we want to play with Feather too. Lali and Feather played in the field with her friends until the end of the day. The next day, Lali found a button in the field. Whose button? She did not know. It was a shiny button, though. The end.